everyone. I'm Kasturi Basu from San Jose, California. I'm so delighted to be here today to be part of Be Kush Women and to be featured in Kitchen Connection series. Today, I will bring you a classic Mexican breakfast dish. It's called Huevos Rancheros or farm style eggs. So, a brief introduction about myself. I'm a mom to my two most amazing daughters, Trisha and Tinni. They're currently away from home. They're at their workplaces, but I'm home with my Stella. She's the joy of my life. I'm also a proud grandma to my granddog, Luna. By profession, I am an educator. Currently, I'm a principal at Lindell Elementary School. It is in San Jose at Alum Rock School District. I'm also very passionate about equity in education and in culturally responsive pedagogy. I want to make learning accessible to all my students. My other passion is dancing. I'm a trained Indian classical dancer. The form of dancing I'm specialized in is Odissi. I have performed, taught, and choreographed dancing in Bay Area for several cultural and community events. Also, I'm an advocate for social justice and women's rights. I'm very deeply involved with some nonprofit agencies and domestic violence organizations. However, my biggest passion is cooking. I truly love to cook. It is the biggest joy and love of my life. In fact, I think my kitchen is my temple. I like to spend most of my time here. I love being creative with my food. It's for me, it's like doing a painting with different ingredients. It's an opportunity to express myself on a plate. And I love to experiment with known recipes, put a twist on them, and then even create my own. It's an absolute de-stressor. And I know those of you who love cooking, and even if you don't, I think it's very therapeutic. It calms you down. It is anxiety buster. So truly, I think you're going to enjoy what I'm going to do today. It's called Huevos Rancheros. It's a classic Mexican breakfast brunch. So let me tell you how I do it in my kitchen. So today I will bring you a classic Mexican breakfast from my kitchen to yours. It's called Huevos Rancheros. Huevos Rancheros means farm style eggs. It is something that has been very traditionally a breakfast or a brunch for, in Californian cuisine. Californian cuisine has a lot of influences of Mexican food. Now, this is a very hearty breakfast. So, this particular one is something which you can easily do with things you have in your refrigerator and your pantry. This has many versions. Again, I put my twist on everything I make. I just want to showcase all the ingredients that are in the dish. So here, eggs or huevos is the star of the dish. So we are going to showcase the eggs. So I'm going to start off with a pan, and I'm going to use some oil and heat up my pan. So make sure it's nicely coated. Maybe a little bit more. And I'm going to make sure it's nice and hot. So in this we use a tortilla or a roti to be the base. Now usually this is size of a taco. This should be a size of a taco. So what I'm going to do, since my tortilla is pretty big, I'm going to make it taco size. So with that, I'm going to make sure I have a taco size tortilla. So I'm going to cut off the edges and make sure it's a taco size. So once I'm done with this, I'm going to have my tortilla here. Do you see? It's like a taco sized tortilla. I don't need the rest. I'm going to put it away, and I'm actually going to make sure my oil is hot and fry it. So I'm going to fry this. Now you can make it from a roti if you have a roti at home. Maybe you've left it overnight and it's nice and dry, and you can easily do it with a roti or a tortilla, whatever you have at home. So I'm going to give it maybe a few seconds to kind of cook and brown up. Now it's like making luchi or puris, but in not so much oil. So I'm going to give it a flip. Make sure it's nice. It's browning up. It's becoming crispy, nice, and it is going to bring in a lot of texture to my dish. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to talk about the ingredients I have. So for the Huevos Rancheros, I will have some refried beans, and I'm going to talk about how to do it. It's very simple. Any kind of beans you have, you can have rajma, you can have garbanzo beans, or you can find refried beans like ready-made. I usually make my version. So this is my refried beans. I have some onions, chopped onions. I have my ranchero sauce. Now this sauce is something I made, and I'm going to post another video of showing you how to make the ranchero sauce. It's a very simple sauce made with tomatoes, onions, garlic, a lot of peppers, so it has a lot of texture. It is very tangy. It has it's spicy. It is a tomato earthy flavored sauce. And here I have some, okay, I'm just going to make sure my tortilla is nice and brown. And then I have some cheese here, which is like the cheese we usually use in the Mexican food, or you can use any kind of crumbly cheese, like you can use a feta to substitute it, or even paneer if you have paneer at home, or chana. We call it chana in Bengali. So paneer, you can actually have the paneer, put it in the microwave, kind of it gets soft. You can just crumble it and it becomes like this. Now this is the queso variety. This is the queso cheese or the Mexican cheese. I also have some cilantro. I have some avocado, which I put a little bit of chili lime on it, and then some limes. So now this is nicely fried. So Huevos Rancheros is actually, you are going to be using different kind of ingredients and layer all the textures and flavors into that. So now this is done. The next thing I have to do is do my eggs. I can use the same oil probably. Use a little bit more. So here I'm using olive oil. You can use any kind of oil you want. Nicely grease your pan again. The heat, and I'm going to make sure my pan is nice and hot before I have the egg. Now this is, remember, this is the star of the dish. I'm going to make sure that this is nicely cooked. Now again, how you cook it, how much you cook the egg is going to be your personal preference. I like my yolk to be runny, so I don't like overcook it. I'm going to make it in a way so it's like nice, firm on the base. The white is firm and the yolk is still kind of soft and runny when I cut into my plate. So I have this egg here. I'm going to start putting my egg in. Oh no, my egg actually, the yolk broke, but I hope I can pull it off. It's going to nicely, make a sunny side up. Yeah, you prefer to have a sunny side up on this. My egg, I'm actually going to just cover it up a little bit to make sure it's cooked like on the top too. So this is a sunny side up or a poached egg. So Huevos Rancheros is all about layering your flavors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with some ranchero sauce. So I'm going to just put it in the bottom, kind of spread it out, because I need a lot of textures and flavors and colors in my dish. So I'm going to spread it out. And I'm going to put my fried tortilla on this. So this is, I'm going to put my fried tortilla on top. Now, this is where, it's getting a lot more complex. The flavors are getting very complex. And remember, I talked about the refried beans. I've made the refried beans, and I'm going to put this on top because this is like, another different kind of texture. Now, building up my layers of flavors. So now I have 3 different texture. I have the sauce on the bottom, I have the crispy tortilla, and the chunky refried beans. So now my next thing is I have to slide my egg on top. Now you have to be really careful in making sure you have slides off nice and perfect. So again, I said I kind of made it easy. I like a little bit of runny eggs. So I'm going to put the egg on top. So you see, this is how it's looking. I'm also trying to make sure, I have everything composed. So now I'm going to add a little bit more of my ranchero sauce. And this is actually gives you all the punch, the flavor punch. So this now is kind of ready, except I have to garnish it. So I'm going to garnish it with some avocados. I love avocados. So I'm going to put some avocados on the top. There we go. I'm going to add a little bit of color. So I'm going to add some red. This is going to add texture and color. So I'm going to put some. So it's like a painting on my plate when I make food. So I'm going to add a little bit of cilantro. And then onions. Now you can skip the onion if you don't like raw onion. I love onions, so I'm going to put some onions on top. And then I'm going to finish it off with some queso. This is a Mexican cheese. You can also use, like I said, you can use all different kinds of cheese, even paneer, crumble it up. So you can already see. And since I'm going to have garnish it with a little bit of lime, if you like a little bit of, that citrusy flavor, and I'm going to make myself some salad since I have this additional condiments that I've already chopped up. I don't want to go to waste. So I'm going to make myself a salad of everything I have. So I'm going to just put a little bit of queso here. And then again, a little bit of my favorite onion, I don't want anything to go waste. And then finish it up with a little bit more of the sauce. Okay, and here you have my queso, my Huevos Rancheros. This is something you can make for your family as a brunch, as a breakfast, or any time of the day. It's super delicious, and when you kind of go through all the layers of flavors, you're going to love it, I'm sure. So thank you, all my friends in Kitchen Connection. Until I see you next time, bye.